a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seen through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seen through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seen through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7.
Hey, everybody. You couldn't be mean to the announcements. Before going live to a live queue match, rush missiles, delete them, and then resign. The sacrifice will please the internet gods, surely. I could dream. Resigning will offend the gods. I have to rush rockets, delete them, and then also win? That's a tough challenge. Hello, hello. This game might look familiar. Yeah, this map looks fun. I'll not win, but I just can't resign. Hey, Razmek. This is the map Fluffy gets destroyed on, right? Yeah, well, I'll go through it fairly quickly. There's a very key point that things go very, very poorly, Fluffy. We got through most of it. At least I imagine most of it last stream, and then the internet went super unhappy. Only on the upload speed though. It was still super fast on the download. I don't know if the company just like throttles the internet because they're awful. It does look mighty easy to trap a tank in the center, doesn't it? Fluffy has never lost a game, but games sometimes lose Fluffy. Oh no. Like in Soviet Russia. The one already in the middle just protects so much. I mean, that's true. Look at this tile. Just doesn't, an artillery right here just doesn't protect these two. If you have a rocket here, now you're talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that, a rocket right here on this missile platform. All of these cities and these two cities. That's a value rocket. They do get full move on shoals. You missed it by 200 charge. Challenge my ISP to a live. Yeah, Comcast. I challenge you to advance wars by web. We're gonna settle it, not in Smash. Sounds broken. It must be banned for sure. Okay, I'll hop into this real quick. As we can see, Fluffy is having a nice strong start here. Kind of dominating the game really at this point. It's definitely not almost completely mirrored. Seraphesque goes for a fast tank down at the bottom as we see. Fluffy's like, I'm going to answer that tank with an artillery. And I'm going to build that artillery at the back base and then move it forward. So it's just right in front of the forward base. It could have just been built at the forward base. Gone farther, but you know what? The artillery wanted options. It wanted to go where the tank wasn't going, I guess. I respect it. This is Seraphesque basically forcing Fluffy to build a tank. I don't even know if that's really that great of a play, but I guess there's more captures you can deny by pushing the infantry to another spot. And Fluffy has gone with a really fast black boat. And as you can see for all these choke points that are shoals, this black boat will make for a really good blocker. And we're going to see Fluffy use that blocker right now. Now there's going to be a really small problem here. So this looks really, really nice. The tank is trapped between the black boat and the infantry, and there's an artillery staring at it. But there has been a fatal flaw in Fluffy's approach here, and that was just moving this infantry down to the city rather than blocking the access over here. So now Seraphesque is going to be able to kill this infantry with this tank and this infantry. All of Fluffy's dreams go up in smokes, or in smoke. Yeah, subs cannot move across shoals. And this is really unfortunate for Fluffy, as Fluffy's entire build was kind of focused around getting that artillery trap and just having a lot of, you know, like central presence due to the artillery and black boat setup. And that entire situation has now been thwarted. And the one extra city that Fluffy actually got in the center is like way on Seraphesque's side, so I won't be able to hold that for very long. So, last ditch effort here from Fluffy to get something done. We have a huge collection of units. Trying to lock down this airport, and I assume take this comm tower to try and get a comm tower advantage. But now it's Seraphesque who has an artillery chilling in the center. Some really good coverage, and we'll be able to thwart this attack from Fluffy. The copter presence over here is pretty nice. Got to see an attack that wasn't able to be dealt with by this anti-air. And over here again, we are able to go for an attack that this anti-air is not going to be able to go for because this black boat is blocking the way. So Fluffy is still getting some nice usage out of the black boat. It's just going to be, unfortunately, a little too late, as the entire center, except for the city, for now, has been captured by Seraphesque, and Seraphesque is now up by 5k. The black boat also got knocked down to 4. And we have a pretty cute play here by Fluffy, getting these copters again in here with some nice blocking to make it so that they don't get just chewed up by the anti-air. I mean, this one will still survive and get a hit off, but this one can't get in. So nicely done, but sadly the attack at the top has been thwarted, and will kind of come down, and the city's falling. So it kind of comes down to whether or not Fluffy is actually able to capture any of these cities with this nice tactical play that was done over here. And as you saw, Seraphesque is making sure to kill off Fluffy's infantry, so that won't be a possibility. Ooh, Fluffy's going in deep with this attack. It'll be very, very costly. And then Fluffy pops the super after attacking in order to hit this anti-air. I think this is, I mean, that's a really unfortunate super. I think the idea was that it might kill the anti-air, but of course the response super from Seraphesque will be really devastating. pop pop. Ending the turn way ahead in value, in income, excuse me, in income, in units. The only thing Fluffy's really got right now is this attack, which seems to kind of be working out. So maybe Fluffy will be able to get this HQ cap. The long term is definitely in Seraphesque's favor no matter what. This is now an all-in approach at the HQ, and all Seraphesque has to do is just not die. Ooh. I mean, if Fluffy had a few more infantry with this, it might be possible. I don't know. This artillery in the medium tank, it's a bit much, but there's just some nice plays. Fluffy's still got that tactical know-how, getting the battlecopters in there, taking out their early counters. This artillery, however, is locking down this HQ. Now we have the double anti-air. Nice little 1 health copter blocker here. Fluffy does get the repair, which is very nice because now this actually threatens to end the game. Unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There's no way to stop these anti-airs from breaking through. But if Seraphesque made a terrible mistake here, that would have actually ended the game. So Fluffy's still playing to his outs. We do get the black wave. This will heal up this infantry, and then he can repair it up to 5 and cap, but there's no join cap to follow that up, and that's looking super GG. But really well fought by Fluffy. Made a pretty rough mistake over here. Seraphesque capitalized on it, but even to the very end, Fluffy was playing for the win. This is live. Next we got Thavidu. Davu versus KingKoal. A pipe dreamin'. Lash versus Koal. Failed to load replay. Buildings do not match replay due to a map update. This can cause further errors. Proceed with caution. Okay. Won't this be fun? So we are looking at an out-of-date version of this map. Who knows what that will entail? We're probably going to see a lot of illegal movements, or maybe a few. Basically, this means the map that we're seeing here is not accurate, but all of the moves that we see will be accurate. So for instance, now I'm pretty sure this pipe has always been here. But if in the new version, the pipe gets taken out, we might see units like walking across the pipe, for instance. It's a game for you to find the difference. Yeah, find the illegal moves. I hate the central road setup. Davu marching out. There's no neutral base to go for, it looks like. Except for this one that the black boat's standing on. There is a neutral airport you could rush to, but I think everyone's going to rush. Is going to go for fast artillery in order to get this neutral base and also free the pipe runner. Whenever a CO gets released, that just removes the. There you go. That's your next indirect CO. Is it just lowers minimum range by 1 rather than raising maximum range. So then pipe runners and artillery can shoot next to them. Rockets can shoot like artillery. There you go. That'd be a fun little CO. Absolutely break this map. So we have the quick artillery for Thavidu, who will be able to step onto the city and fire with that Lash extra firepower. Because the map designers hate Koal, they have put both a shoal and a bridge in range of the black boat, but not a road. I don't think the indirection would get a counterattack. Maybe you could do that. It wouldn't be too big of a buff. Most things, except for like infantry attacking them, most things that hit artillery knock them down pretty hard. Yeah, Koal has to fire from the shoal. Sad days. Lash, Lash is gonna 2-shot this, which means that Davu is like really poorly positioned for this. This infantry probably should have stepped right onto this river, because now there's going to be multiple turns that Davu could have been capturing this base, but won't have an infantry range. I guess just 1-2 turns. Yeah. So this would be the turn that Davu could have stepped on and started capturing. And instead, this infantry will step here, and it will step here. So this base will be captured 2 turns after it could have been. So that's actually pretty unfortunate. That's going -2 infantry, and also it delays the money that you capture over here. I mean, you could also build tanks here, I guess, but you'd probably build infantry. Yeah. KingKoal unable to get the 2-shot. Doesn't have that Lash extra damage. We do have a T-copter out here. And the recon got a nice harassment strike. The pipe runners are always visible. Pipes in general are always visible in fog. We can't see them, but when you're playing the game, pipes are always visible, and the units on top of pipes are always visible. This pipe, so KingKoal will always know where this pipe runner is, for instance. And Davu will know where this one is when it's on the pipes. So anytime that this pipe runner gets an actual shot off, it will be something that KingKoal very easily could avoid or has calculated into the attack. Yeah. It does show the pipe runner in fog, just not in our little replay. Pipe runners have the durability of a light tank. So, and pipes have 0 stars, and they don't hit back in melee. So tanks can very easily chunk down pipe runners, which makes this position a little bit risky. But both people go for it. It's not a huge loss if your pipe runner dies. Ooh, okay. Davu attacking with a copter first. I really don't recommend this. I mean, this recon is giving some decent vision, but it will be, in this case, it'll be a pretty expensive trade because this copter can come and get a first strike. Like so. And suddenly you're like, I did 7 damage to an infantry to go, but I take 7, I do 2, so go net -5 in copter damage. That's not great. So the way KingKoal had the copters working is how I would recommend it, is you have them nice and safe as units that come in for retaliations and on the defense, rather than striking out, where they become very vulnerable. That's more of a fog thing. In standard, you can be pretty aggressive with your copters, of course, because you know exactly where all of your opponents' units are that could threaten them. So KingKoal is ahead a bit in income. Part of that's going to be due to this base just getting online faster, even though Davu had the advantage in that respect. Blackboat's running out of fuel. Oh no! There's no harbor for the Blackboat to actually refuel at. It's taken off the HQ. I see. So far, I don't think I've seen any illegal movements. I don't know if the chat... It doesn't look like the chat's seen any either. But there we go. See? Pipe runners, they're made out of light tanks, so they get smacked by copters. This is a fairly risky attack, but Thavidu doesn't have this covered. I would not have gone for this attack, because knocking this down to 4, I feel like doesn't matter in comparison to just losing an entire copter, but I guess this is to take the comm tower. It was locking that down. So yeah, Pipe Runner runs away. We have an attack over here by Thavidu. There is slightly revealing itself. It moves over. We do see a tank. Well, KingKoal does have a normal power, almost a super ready, so if KingKoal wants, it could be a really nasty attack over here. Who's that copter? Copter checks out the woods. We grab some more, grab some more vision. Comes in for a smack. Air tank smack from over here. That's a little bit weird. With the super, I think it's okay. It's still not super great because this is kind of occupying the space that the mech would like to go to. The mech wants to go break through here. Tank can go after this anti-air. Okay, kill off the tank. Start the capture. And that's a pretty good attack by KingKoal, who pops this up, or backs this up with a Neo tank. See this? The Pipe Runner is also in a fairly risky spot, just like it was over here. But in this case, there isn't anything that can actually attack it. Now, Davu does have the Lash super in response here. Building the anti-air from the pipe seam does seem... Yeah, that does seem nice. I have to go through double forest and then up and around this way. We do have the super from Thavidu. Smack the copter, who gets to kill that. Okay, well the recon... This recon probably shouldn't have hit the Pipe Runner. I mean, it did a damage, but he could have interrupted the capture. Which is just in general a more valuable play. A few decent attacks over here, but KingKoal definitely still has the control of this area. Okay. There's that infantry. I guess the mech's going to start capturing this comm tower. I do like the mech buys by KingKoal, just because he is a movement CO. Decided to go in with the mech. It's not going to be a great trade, as we see, due to Lash having plus 50 stats in these forests. Tries to pick on this artillery. Yeah. I don't like sticking around and fighting Lash's units here. I would prefer to go back and just take the comm tower. As you can see, like, these attacks here will just get repaired off. And then you just have to deal with the Lash artillery on a city, which is no fun. There is a cockatiel in the background. His name is Deku Bird. There he is. Pipe Runner getting smacked. Okay, yeah, this army definitely overstayed its welcome. And Davu's getting some nice exchanges with it. KingKoal's Neotank hasn't been able to find any purchase quite yet. Artillery are just kind of staring at each other. Ooh, what did this fire on? Oh, it finished off the 1 health infantry. I think that's fine. You can let the pipeliner die. It's definitely not the end of the world. Still sticking around with this fight. We'll see how well that goes. The Neotank kind of helping. It can threaten this artillery next turn. You have an ABC gonna come save this black boat. The recons finish off the pipe runner. After sticking around, but there actually isn't an anti-air in range, so doing a great job. KingKoal is up 5k, but these cities are looking like they're gonna fall soon. Oh wow, KingKoal is going to activate the Trail of Woe. I'm not sure why. That will let us kill off this recon. Even with the Trail of Woe, the Neotank wouldn't reach. What? That's an unfortunate Neotank discovery, although there are some artillery to help cover it. But it did have the Neotank coming. I mean, the Neotank did a decent number to that copter, I can't deny it. Blackboat's going to repair the pipe runner. I don't think that's worth it, but it is very cute. Does the medium tank come in here and smack the Neotank? The Neotank is guarded by quite a few artillery, so it will probably be a negative exchange. Yeah, okay, it's just going to kill off the infantry. Well, okay, then KingKoal's attack is pretty decent. It actually managed to take this city, which I didn't think it was going to be able to do. And then just keeps pressing the attack here. Now, this is definitely starting to look like a bit of an overextension. I mean, Neotanks are pretty nice. It is out of the pipe runner's range. The best terrain this medium tank can attack from is plains. But with prime tactics, that should still be enough. We have double medium tanks coming out from KingKoal. There's that copter. Fortunately, KingKoal's super has ended, so they'll actually be getting charge from this. So yeah, that attacking force definitely a little too far forward. Gets wiped out. These cities have started to fall. But that's to be expected. We do have this comm tower finally gets captured. Infantry gets taken out. Go into the forced march? This must be to try and save this city down here. Not super sold on it. It really depends on what Thavidu ends up doing. This artillery really should have ran rather than firing on, I think, this tank. I guess the forced march also helps these units retreat. It's not that bad. Yeah, we have the join cap over here. Now the pipe runners actually managed to come back, cover this. Now KingKoal will be able to stop this capture. But it's going to cost all of these units, and then the subsequent captures will probably go through. So I don't know if it's worth it. But it is a city flip that's being prevented. So it's definitely a lot better than it could. Because like each turn is 2,000. Ooh, Thavidu doesn't have anything in range of that comm tower. So KingKoal is going to get that. KingKoal should probably step off of this HQ to refuel the transport copter. These units getting wiped out. Recon is here to still harass the infantry, though. The Davu army is trying to catch up to what KingKoal's up to. should start seeing more infantry start spilling out this way. We'll be able to get these captures. Still got a really nice 5k income lead for KingKoal, as well as transport copter mech, which works nicely with boost COs. And there are definitely some nice road situations if Thavidu ever tries to fight in these regions. So he's back to being threatened. Thavidu's going to take this comm tower back. We'll see if KingKoal lets him. There is going to be a meeting of armies here. Sadly, this Neo tank is kind of on the wrong side of the world for this fight. Yeah, not a huge fan of sending that anti-air in there. I don't know what's going on with this. This is leaving that medium tank available to be chunked down so that it can like help block the anti-air. Is the only anti-air KingKoal has over here. Didn't build another one? Anti-air? Oh gosh, you need another anti-air. You need more than one anti-air. Davu's going to get a ton of great attacks because these units are just kind of sitting out here. Very much exposed. Yeah. This one's fine. But yeah, we got a strong attack by Davu. There's no more anti-airs for KingKoal here. Trail of Woe. Feeling very woesome. There is some road for us to work with, which is nice. Yeah, this Neo tank being in the wrong spot. Then all these top are probably really piling up. We're going to see, I assume, a double anti-air buy. KingKoal is still up 4k, so can definitely afford to lose some units and still stay in the game. The prime tactics. Smackety smackety. Captures continue over here. There is editing. Some nasty attacks by Davu here, and on a missile platform as well. We do have the two Neo tanks. They'll still be able to pick on these tanks, like the planes and the bridge. Yeah, this medium tank on a missile platform, I wouldn't want to hit into that either. Here comes the anti-air. It's still really late. We'll see if Davu can deal with these Neo tanks, then KingKoal is going to be in a world of hurt. These cities are falling. This comm tower is close to falling too. It's only got 2 capture points left on it. This is a Koal main. Okay, 1 Neo tank falls, the other one's at 8 health. Unit count wise, Davu's a little bit ahead. It is a brawl though, so who knows how fast these numbers will shift. The city's falling, this one will probably fall. Comm tower is saved. Anti-air will be here next turn. It's just a single anti-air against quite a few copters. I guess only 3 copters. Should really have more. Infantry is very much unsupported charging forward. Davu takes the income lead. Oof. Medium tank comes in, kills the mech. Yeah, this is looking real rough for KingKoal. We do have the Trail of Woe. Very aptly named in this case. Here, I probably would have preferred to have this tank get involved in this attack and have the infantry go for the capture. Neo tank comes in, finds a nice target down here. I like it. get those pickoffs where you can. This anti-air is way too far forward. I think I did get a kill though. Technically, it's out of the vision. Barely. Oh, looks like Thavidu did not check the replay. So this anti-air lives to kill again. Very lucky for KingKoal. And there was no super from Davu. So maybe KingKoal will be able to work some magic. Get the medium tank kill. We might get a kill on this anti-air. Or not, the anti-air get a kill on the copter, I mean. Oh, we do. That was a pretty good... That was definitely a good turn for KingKoal. I can't deny that. We have the prime tactics. KingKoal does have 3 comm towers to 1. The prime tactics have been serving Davu very well this game. What about bomber? Copter's getting targeted. The anti-air gets down. Again, KingKoal doesn't have any more anti-airs with this army. Fortunately, there's not that much air pressure at this point, so this one can get taken out by just the other copters. But you really don't want to be in a situation where you lose a single anti-air and then you have nothing. Okay. KingKoal not going to lose that comm tower so easily. Neotank comes in, kills that anti-air. Start this capture. We're going to need more anti-airs, or like go for a fighter if you really wanted to. Oh my gosh. You need the anti-airs. You can't just not have them. Okay. After runs in, recon runs in, 5 health anti-air goes in for the finish off on that infantry. Gets a pretty decent surround on it for safety. Medium tank goes in for a smack on the medium tank, which was on a missile platform, but still took so much damage. Even went down. That's a triple comm tower attack from road as Koal. Does KingKoal build an anti-air here though? No. Well, this is going to be a very, very happy bomber. This is a bit of a questionable play. I feel like you usually go for the Neotank strike from the missile platform, but I guess... Well, Davu definitely hasn't been checking... Well, it didn't matter in this case. Davu definitely hasn't been checking the replay all the time. So that might be just what's going on there. Bomber comes in, kills off a tank. It's a completely unanswered bomber. Tank goes in to finish off the Neotank. It's probably worth it. The Neotank repairing is definitely a nightmare. You have the Trail of Woe from KingKoal. A bop on the Neotank does take it out. Do some copter strikes, kill copters. Ooh, a cute surround on the tank. What? The bomber... Okay, KingKoal must also not be watching the replay. If that bomber just came in and killed something, and nothing that can deal with a bomber was built. Oh, so the bomber just comes up, smacks a medium tank. Medium tank goes down. It's still going to... It's no longer out of vision on the start of KingKoal's turn. KingKoal must be allergic to anti-air. I know. Yeah, yep. The infantry fight over here looking pretty good for Davu. Income is actually even, although Davu is threatening to take this. I don't think it's answerable. Bomber is known about. Copters like recharge in. Medium tank charges in. I guess it's to try and kill the anti-air, but There's a bomber right there. Oh, we're gonna have a surround on the bomber by air? Oh. Is the copter unable to go there? Okay. I think the infantry holds it better. That is very cute. I like it. Okay, now we have a fighter. I don't think this works, but it's very cute. Goes copter the wall. Who would join? Very cheeky. Smack. At 2 needs 3. This join cap to be at 10 to capture this city after killing this guy, I guess. Yeah, all the infantry over here. Bomber, yeah, just chills, takes out this nice medium tank, even gets to retreat while doing it. I think I would probably have... Well, never mind. I guess this is fine. I would have retreated probably to this city, but there's a neo tank on that city, so not much you can do about that. Alright, KingKoal now has a fighter. It was a little late to the party. But KingKoal does also still have triple comm tower to 1. Although it's now actually negative in economy. Okay. Kind of moving around. Yeah, KingKoal's starting to build more recons. I definitely agree with that. Both players really need to see where the opponent's army is. And as you see, KingKoal has no recons on the front line, but Thavidu has 2. So, way better information game available for Davu, especially when both players aren't watching the replay. The vision you have on your turn is going to be everything you have. Ooh, Davu builds a fighter. KingKoal does have a rocket. Nice repair on the copter to send it in. A lot of stuff. I don't know why this fire didn't move. Surely there's a better spot for it. I do, every time I say surely, which is a lot, I do like to think of just some lady in a cubicle like, what? Leave me alone! I didn't put the fighter there. Anyway, oh, and here comes the... Well, okay, you know what? I stand corrected. That fighter is exactly where it needs to be. The pipe is always visible, yeah. Well, it's not when... Oh, yeah. When it's been destroyed, it's no longer visible. Well, this isn't high funds. This is just a lot of cities. Okay, Thavidu with a pretty striking attack. Going for this city. The bomber does go down by the fighter. Anti-air gets hit, so this fighter is going to be pretty much unopposed. Just out of range of Thavidu's fighter. Rocket on the way. The city will fall, so Thavidu's going to make nice 4K income lead. We can point out that Thavidu's pipe runner is still alive. It also got repaired all the way back up to 9 health by the black boat. Did the anti-air decide to go for a hit on this fighter? I would retreat with the anti-air. As I say, like every time an anti-air goes in. Wow. I would not have done that. What is the follow-up? This is like the biggest bluff you've ever seen. I guess Thavidu is trying to convince KingKoal that there's like 2 anti-airs or something back here, just waiting to kill that fighter after it takes the first strike here. I feel like KingKoal can't resist killing this infantry and then getting the fighter strike from the road with the super. I mean, I would have a hard time resisting that too. I think this recon could definitely have done something else with its life. The tank was going to do this anyway. Okay. Well, we'll see what the end game here was this with this fighter movement was. Unfortunately, all of the indirects are just out of range of locking down that comm tower. We do have rocket spam. You're right. That's triple rocket. Yeah, there was no end game. The fighter just got to go in there. The other fighter. Now this one's going to get repaired up. Okay, we have the recon strike. The rocket's chilling on the city. Infantry goes in too. Well, we're going to have a fighter and an anti-air in this world. For KingKoal. He's down 4k. You have a rocket almost in range of the comm tower. Oh, value recon. It spots the rocket. And now Thavidu will just be able to set up a plan to kill it off. Rocket probably should have been in the forest. Let's be real. Things are looking very scary for this rocket. It's going to need some friends real fast. Fighter comes in. Could be a friend. Kill off that copter. Artillery strike. Rocket just shoots a 5 health recon. That's just some minor vision problems there. There was a medium tank on a road in range. Oh, rest in peace, Rocket. We knew you well. Prime Tactics Lash. Yeah, smack, smack, smack. Being in the forest would not have helped. Now these cities are falling. Might be able to save these, but it does look like Davu just has way too much stuff now. Rocket did get to attack this Neo tank. It is a Lash Neo tank with super on a city, but KingKoal was eventually able to take it down. It does have some artillery backup and a few friends, so ultimately I think it will get its vengeance. Okay, the anti-air decides to trade itself in to delay this capture. I think you kind of have to let these go. Really unfortunate, but there's just too much stuff to Davu over here. Ooh, the Neo tank survives at 1. We have another fighter built, and this one. So as soon as Thavidu's got the chance, I think we're going to have a double fighter dive in here, and then the bomber is going to be free to roam again. Oh. This one doesn't actually reach. KingKoal busting on in here. Look at that. Look at that move. Zoom. Medium tank is to kill off the medium tank. Do have an interrupt here. Rockets made it into the woods, covered by another rocket. I mean, starting the fight over here is definitely getting to the overextension range for Thavidu, but having the city will probably be enough. Double interrupt over here, very nicely done. The fighter's been taken down to 3 health, so I expect we're going to see the bomber to the field again. Or the new bomber, I should say. kill off that anti-air. Tank smack. Ooh, Thavidu has taken this comm tower. So now 2 comm towers to 2 comm towers. Thavidu's up by 6k income. We do still have 2 rockets for KingKoal. And Davu, oh, okay. Davu now knows about 1 of them. Now knows about 2 of them. Davu has a rocket as well. Yeah, so this looks really bad for KingKoal. The rockets did get to fire, but since Davu knows where they are and it's now been able to set up a bunch of units that can attack them, they're not going to live for very long. The map takes a while to finish. That's what it's looking like. Ooh, okay. KingKoal will take the city back, which is nice. But Davu was able to just blow through the center here. Yeah, and here go all of the rockets have died. Rest in peace, the rocket spam. Well, I mean, Davu still has a rocket. This comm tower is falling, so we're soon going to have triple comm tower Lash versus single comm tower Koal. Sounds very painful. And KingKoal ends up resigning there. KingKoal also agreed that sounded very painful, and with the death of the rockets. So I think KingKoal probably could have closed that game out if they just had a few more anti-air in their composition. That's just something that kind of comes with fog, is you need to have some answer to anything you could run into. I didn't notice the change either. There might have been some illegal movements that I just didn't catch them. Water and then up onto the next game. Palmer versus Ghost. Oh, I haven't seen this version of this map. We have double black boat. Okay. Roads on this map look like symbols. Kinda, yeah. It's back and different. I mean, the immediate change I see is double black boat. One of which... Oh, there's a bridge here. The bridge here now. So this black boat is designated basically to stand on the HQ. I guess this is addressing my complaint. So you get one black boat for the HQ and one black boat for the transport. You can take it off if you need your black boat to go in this little ring though. So I like that change a lot. Okay, Ghost is going to go for the capture. Player 2 is forced with this one, and player 1 gets to choose which base wants to go for this base capture. It looks like Palmer chose to have this base do it, I think. That'll just determine which has turned it down. Interestingly, Palmer is delaying hopping into this black boat in comparison to Ghost. But we'll be able to get the airport faster because of that. We'll see how that all works out. The double drop off over here. Ghost did not go for this property. They're going to take a step to go back, go for these further up ones. Just going to be just out of the vision range of this recon. Palmer is Sturm, so the recon harassment should be very strong here. You might get the your first grit win on the revamped variant of this map in League. Not due to skill, but rather an AFK Hawke player. Congratulations. You're disappointed by your recon usage at the start of this? Yeah, I don't like this one that you took, like this upper route. I think that the bottom route straight to the cities makes more sense. You would be able to interrupt this turn rather than just get trapped this turn. So being a turn late there is a little unfortunate. You'll still be able to get some harassment in. It goes to the transport copter. Palmer still got some nice. I'm not sure what this recon's doing. I thought I was going to join its good friend over here. What was that? Okay. Palmer's a little scared. Maybe go hide in the forest. You should definitely make this first attack. Just, you know, might just repair off the damage, but that's still gonna hit for effectively 1,000. Because it'll hit them off and knock them off the exact number. And again, you should probably just attack in. The thing about Sturm is so unfortunate that this won't be able to see this city. You have negative attack and positive defense, and what that means is that you can be very aggressive and survive the counter hits. So even though you're like negative attack, positive defense, like I should be passive. That's like a tank kind of build. No. You get in there. You're getting that aggro. You're that kind of tank. You're getting in their face. So the recons just go in and they swing. And they're like, I don't care if you hit me, I'll survive, and then run away. Yeah. You can, like, even if, it doesn't really matter if Ghost has an early tank, because the early tank comes in and hits you, it can't kill you. You move faster than it. So you get to harass their infantry, you tank the tank shot, then you just run away and live. Good luck, Fluffy. On Hawke building the early mechs, I'm fine with the mechs over here because they do get loaded straight into the black boat, and that helps defend these infantry. I'm fine with that. I don't think it would work out against most Sturms. I don't think it would work out great because there would be more than just one recon over here, and they would just kind of get overwhelmed. Yeah, you should definitely embrace the beep beep. Do tanks 2-hit KO Sturms recon a city? They might. Hawke one might. Regular ones won't. Because you've got 40% defense on the city. You must embrace the beep beep. And, you got 50% defense on that city. And Sturm's defense, his plus 20% defense, is static. It does not change with the health of your unit. So Sturm's injured units are also way more durable than other people's injured units. What do I mean? What do I mean by that? Well, let's say that Sturm has a 1 health infantry standing on a city. That 1 health infantry gets 10% of the defensive stars from that city. So you're getting 3 for 30% defense, but you're only getting 10% of that. So you're getting 3% defense from the city. But you have Sturm's static plus 20% defense. So you actually have 23% when you're standing on that city. If Hawke has a 1 health infantry standing on that city, it just has plus 3% defense. You have a huge... your injured units are way more defensive than other people's injured units it's a lot harder to pick them off. So here it does look, this was on a forest, knocked it down to 4. Did have a tiny bit of chip damage on it. It might be a roll, but Hawke tanks might get the 2-hit KO on the city. They definitely get in the forest. Okay, we have the comm tower. First Sturm, up to 90% attack. Gonna go for the interrupt on this one. There's no real follow-up currently. Hearing about it does help. It does. It's very easy to kind of forget. Or you know, not that you forget, but to stop thinking about it in the precise way it works. Because it does matter. Because a lot, like, for the exact 2-hit KO that we talked about with that 20% firepower boost, where like 2 infantry with 120% firepower will always get the kill on an infantry on a city, that requires that defense scales with the health of the unit. If it has static defense helping it out, then it won't work. So a Sturm infantry standing on a plains is at 30% defense. So you might instantly think, oh, I can use that too. If I have 120% firepower, I can use that same calculation to always kill it. But that's not going to work because, yeah, I mean, you might still kill it, but it's going to be a roll rather than guaranteed because once it gets hit down to like 6, it doesn't have that same huge shift in defense going down as well. So your like instincts will or can betray you if you don't have experience like fighting specifically Sturm or like Bomb Bolt with the static defense, or when people have like their powers active. That's another reason why Sturm really likes using his power, because it's another 10% static defense. Even if he's on a road, it's like he's always on a city at full health defensively. Defense rating wise, I guess. Okay, so Ghost is doing really well at the top here, and then it does look like Palmer's getting quite a lot done over here. Very nice scouting by Ghost. We'll see exactly what's coming in here. We do have a Sturm mech. Sturm mechs are alright. Obviously, they don't benefit from the perfect movement because they already had mech movement, which is essentially perfect movement. And they do have a negative firepower to them, which you would think kind of makes them worse, but you know, that extra defense does make them pretty useful. They can still bully a tank. He ain't gonna be the last. But you're gonna have to be careful with them because they can still get picked off. I would probably be falling back with these infantry, mainly because I see that there's like no vehicles left over here, so they must be up here. So these guys should not be moving forward. They gotta run. Looks like the HQ trade is still on. However, Ghost's attack towards this HQ has no indirects. So, while Palmer's does. So if Palmer wanted to, it doesn't look like Palmer's going for it right now, but it could be setting up to just take out this black boat. Yo, you tried to fake the arty in the forest. I think faking the arty in this forest is more convincing. That's like, because even if you're like arty shoots from here, your opponent just doesn't. Anti-air recon artillery. Okay, we haven't seen any rockets yet, which is kind of a Sturm staple. Or you can even go like medium tanks and neo tanks. You can go mega tanks as Sturm as well. It does require a little bit more of saving up. But Sturm mega tanks are really nice. They love having perfect movement. And they also really they have like a ton of excess firepower just as their baseline unit, so they still get a lot done. And, you know, they like having that extra defense so they don't get chipped. There we go. We have our first tank from Palmer. I probably wouldn't have even built that. I think at this stage, the Sturm tank doesn't do much for you. I'd just save up for the bigger boys. Okay, so Ghost is trying to shield off these copters from the anti-air. We do have another backup anti-air. This is very good for Palmer to do. Yeah, here's the mech that gets hit. It's not too bad because we do have the backup mech. And I don't know if Palmer knows that this attack has like no way of killing this black boat. Palmer might know that. Ooh, look at that double repair, very fancy. Palmer probably doesn't know that because we're kind of charging forward a bit. I think I prefer putting the pressure on and killing this black boat rather than the route that's being taken here. We'll see if we need an infantry here to spot these battle copters. The anti-air here with the infantry here, anti-air here, killing off a battle copter. This anti-air will be pretty tough for Ghost to actually deal with because it will be on a harbor or seaport. Ah, no! They would only have one tile to be attacked from by a tank. Ugh. Not a huge fan of this. I don't like just standing around to be hit. You can't watch this. I'm not sure what Ghost is trying to get. I mean, I guess Ghost is just trying to kill units here and take this city. There's no way to kill this bugger. Okay, so Ghost does charge in here. The artillery are going to be pretty happy. This one doesn't have a target other than the black boat, but that's okay. The anti-air for sure is going to try and kill off a copter here, I imagine. Mechs join, in comes the recon strike. What? The artillery backs off. It's got targets. Oh, okay, we're getting a meteor strike. I see. You didn't want to hit your own artillery. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, we have killed off black boat. I would really like an infantry to stand on this HQ and start capping it. This copter should also go in. I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, see, this is what I would much preferred this. Where the copter goes in, kills the recon, anti-air comes in, kills the copter, and then you start capturing the HQ. Because capturing that HQ puts on so much pressure. Like, Ghost has to give up killing your units in order to attack the infantry on the HQ. And with only injured units, like, I don't think it's even possible to stop it. You have the Sturm Super. I mean, stop it in the long run, of course. In the short run, for sure, you can interrupt it. Artillery fire in a way, such as the Sturm way. Still no rockets, but that's okay. Bring in some more mechs. Fighting the good fight. For some reason, no infantry stepped onto this HQ. Palmer, if you take the HQ, you win the game. I just want you to know that. Yeah. You were trying to secure the area more. Well, that just gives your opponent more time to come up with answers. As I'm sure you are aware. Palmer wants to win by route instead. God's all like... There's a penguin god, yeah. Missed up an opportunity to punish you. I mean, this bomber coming in here is pretty tough for you to deal with. Okay, now we have the cap started. You need to fire this artillery driver. Like, this anti-air would love to be on that city. I guess it can go down to this city. It's okay. Ooh, the anti-air is taken out over here so the copter can come in, do some damage. This city is going to get captured for Ghost. Ghost still has no way of dealing with this Blackfoot. I mean, a 5 health tank, I guess, can eventually kill it. Well, it's going to run out of ammo before it can kill it. Ooh, massive sacrifices to kill this thing off. Yeah, this is where things are going to get spicy. This is an HQ on the edge of the map. You're already being denied tiles to attack it from. And Palmer has infantry to join cap this. I mean, the bomber has to hit this. What? Okay, that's a very spicy decision by Ghost. This is going to cap again. And Palmer's also going to have a meteor to land. Should probably wait. Or Shirley. Sorry, Shirley. You should be able to get a meteor before moving out here. Like so little, you have the recon attack a mech or something. I guess it's okay, the meteor will just land up here. There we go. Meteor, there we go. Pop. That's pretty nasty. It gives another 10 defense to this infantry. And it needs to be knocked down to 2. He also kept expecting a battleship to appear. Oh, that's true. Battleship by would be pretty tough to deal with. The Black Wave. 7 held infantry. It does 1. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ghost resigns. GG. Palmer with the victory. Definitely some very sketchy early recon plays. I think that HQ capture definitely could be faster too. Ghost could have gone for an HQ race, but there just wasn't any way of dealing with this Blackfoot. I think the HQ race probably would have worked. Some stuff with it. But GG. Next, we have Stealth Spectrum. This is rejeuce. Remnants Betwixt. Next one. After that, we have Burning Earth. Yeah, that map used to have one black boat that was on the HQ, and there wasn't a bridge separating it. So it was basically like you either take your black boat off the HQ so that you don't fall behind in the econ like drastically, but if you do that, your opponent can just take your HQ with a cheese, but it's just completely blind. And I complained that you shouldn't have, like, the black boat on the HQ being able to be taken off should be a legitimate choice, not like you're basically forced to take it off to stay in the game. This is Remnants Betwixt. We got this has the forward airport and the back airport, and you often see a lot of fighting in this region, and it kind of goes like fighting over here, transition to the middle fighting, and then you go back to fight over the comm towers. Is what I've seen the most. You've seen someone winning with HQ cheese as Sammy on this map. I could see that, yeah. I mean, the HQ is kind of annoying to defend. I don't know why it doesn't have a black boat. Honestly, I think it should just be policy. You put black boats on HQs in fog. That's just what you do. If you want to have no black boats on these kind of things, just make multiple labs instead of a single HQ. Only played twice single league. Okay. So we'll see how we go. Airport and base right away for Stealth Spectrum. He's playing Sasha against Hawke. A lot of this comes down to just how well does the Sasha player manage the charge of the other player. Ooh, a double transport copter opening by Stealth Spectrum against double recon opening. I am a big fan of the transport copter play. We'll see how well it pays off. We're getting some nice boosts. I think this one might have been able to be better, but that's okay. Let's see if the recons can actually do anything against this. We do have the tank follow-up. Look at all of these captures. It's a beautiful thing. Recons have so far not gotten a single attack off. Boosting, we're going to be going for this corner capture. Oh, this capture is a little aggressive. That's okay. It is covered by a tank already. Things are looking pretty nice for Stealth Spectrum. Already going to be one property up at the end of just turn here. Recon even gets taken out. Having tank covering tank. You love to see it. Okay. Going to be 22 properties to 23. So Stealth Spectrum still up in properties from the transport copter opening. The recons weren't able to disrupt anything. At the end of rejeuce's turn, already Stealth Spectrum is ahead in unit value. Now that partially does have to do with the fact, and by partially I mean a lot, has to do with Stealth Spectrum being Sasha, so getting extra income on top of having more properties. The Hawke player does have Comm Tower. Going for this capture now. Thinking the anti over here too. Ooh, gonna be a fight over this comm tower. Hawke would definitely like to try and deny this, if possible, and just kind of have a nice firepower increase, firepower advantage. Anti-air strike. Tank comes in, hits this recon. Recon comes in, hits the infantry. Down goes this recon. I'm loving this like combination attacks we got going on here. There's no comm tower here for Stealth Spectrum, so I'm not super sold on going in for the attack here. That's okay. We do have The Sasha normal power pop. The reason I'm not sold on this attack, the stealth spectrum just like came in here, killed a recon, attacked some infantry, and saw there's nothing. There's literally nothing. So there's gonna be stuff over here. Oh, I mean, there's one. So I expect us to get some really nice countered. Yeah, like the return attack here is really good. Stealth spectrum is up 2 properties. 24 to 22. You have the lander bot. Ooh. Failed the roll. Recon plus infantry without a comm tower. Looks like the city is probably going to fall. Comm tower is looking mighty contested. We do have a Neo tank on the way though, which will be pretty tough for this composition to deal with unless this artillery can get into a really good spot. Okay, the central properties are now starting to fall, so I think this 2 property advantage is going to be shaken pretty soon. Well, I guess right now it's a 3 property advantage, and then these are also 3 properties, so it will just be evened up until these ones fall. If you build a lander here, you don't have to hold back on the aggression, but I would recommend trying to build it alongside a medium tank. You also want to make sure that you're fighting in an area that you're immediately reinforcing. So like over here is exactly where you'd want to be fighting. You want to build it alongside a medium tank so that you're like dropping off something that really matters. Attacking in that over here. Still up 1 property for stealth spectrum. So this city is falling, question mark, we'll see. Tank comes in, interrupts the capture. We strike. It's really nicely placed artillery as long as it doesn't get discovered. Never mind, it got discovered. We have a really dead artillery. We'll see. It kind of comes down to how gutsy this Neo tank feels. I think I would go in and hit the artillery. We'll see a stealth spectrum increase. Stealth spectrum does it. Smack. And start the capture and block with the tank. Exactly. They're looking pretty good, although that's a lot of charge that got through. Is stealth spectrum like not? How did so much charge get through? Oh, stealth spectrum bought the units first. Oh no. Yeah. Happens to the best of. It's happened to me. It's happened to me. Well, this does mean that Hawke is probably going to get normal power here. Yep, there it is. This usually spells the downfall of Sasha. It's like, oh, you messed up managing the charge. Slash power. And now you get hit the big ol' Hawke normal power. Neo tank's doing pretty decent though. I mean, you really have to fall back over here, I think. Oh, stealth spectrum's like, no. I will not. We fight it out. Okay, killed off the anti-air. The lander does provide some much faster reinforcements. It probably wants to be unloading some anti-air, honestly. And the plus side to your opponent getting a normal power off is that their next power costs more. So it's easier to deny that one. And also Stealth Spectrum has a lot of charge to work with. You know, it's kind of, we'll get them next time mentality to letting the opponent get a power off. Get the market crash. This time before buying stuff. Go. One anti, I would probably buy 2 anti-airs. Although there's 2 more already entering the field on that front. Okay. Property count is now even, 26 to 26. I'm still unable to get this comm tower for now. We have a bomber, the Hawke player. Interesting. Okay, so these units were like, I hate getting seasick. They just ditch the lander to join the army over here. I guess that kind of makes sense. I mean, you don't want to be split up. You want to just do this as you attack into this area. Have the lander ready for that. We've kind of stopped going with the big tanks here. We go for the double here. Hawke is going for the comm tower. And is up quite a few units. As Sasha here, you should probably start transitioning into double copter turns. Okay, this bomber is very exposed. We'll see if Hawke is able to protect it. Ooh, Hawke might have been able to protect it there. The comm tower is probably getting captured. This guy has to get knocked down to 2 or 1 are dead. Now, this was an opportunity to use the stealth, the Sasha super. I mean, there's going to be a lot of attacking that happens this turn. There's only 1 Neo tank. Do have double anti-air. One of them is probably maybe gonna make it to the bomber. Ooh, they're not even gonna try. Guess it just wasn't happening. Yeah, I guess you don't have a comm tower, so that's not going to happen. The bomber got away with that. Wow, that's a lot of charge still left. How much charge was there on there for the market crash? Oh, it was okay, so we're going to get another Hawke normal power. Looks like Stealth Spectrum would have had to have done a big save up on the previous turn. Or, yeah, Stealth Spectrum would have had to do a big save up in order to wipe this bar completely. More fun Sasha tricks. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. It also requires that you kind of have really good control over the tempo of the match. At this point, they're kind of collapsing. We're at 40 units to 27. Now down 2 properties because one of them got taken. Bomber and the fighter. It's possible that Hawke will overextend to a ridiculous amount. Get taken out, but it doesn't look like it's happening. This property's gonna get taken. This one's been taken. We're now at 28 to 24. Guy goes in and sees the whole army. The bomber can't reach the Neo tank. We're just chilling while we can. Yeah, and on the other side of the map, Hawke starts making some plays to go for some cities. Sasha gets a copter over there. Does get a little bit of attack. Market crash. Hit the Neo tank. But there's such a large standing army for Hawke. Yeah, and everything's starting to get picked off in the north. The bomber, the south gets hit with an anti-air. More cities are being put under pressure. Hawke's getting close to another power. Sasha manages to wipe it, did a save up turn. Or a little bit of one. In order to do so, which is good. But Hawke now takes multiple cities. Sasha's trying to get the comm tower in the south, but yeah, that's getting interrupted. Now the HQ's under a huge amount of threat. Yeah, Stealth Spectrum just goes for the resign. It was such a strong start. But that's how it goes in this matchup. It's as soon as Sasha messes up with regulating the Hawke's normal power, the game just flips. Market crash is for every 5k funds you knock out 1 star of charge? No. Market crash scales with your opponent's charge bar, if I remember correct. Yeah, it's percentage. Oh, she had repairs. That's something you'd want to look up on the wiki, though. I don't have that whole thing memorized. It's got a whole thing for it. Okay, let's try and get Burning Earth done. I don't know how long this one is. It's probably going to be... It's Vinland! Version 2! What's this map? I've played on this map. Can even zoom in a tiny bit. When I played on this map, I was this player, and I won! The map does appear to be asymmetrical. That is very true. This is also an FFA. No longer want to keep these static. So we got Mr. Amalgam playing Olaf. Oh my god, this FFA is going to suck. We have Olaf, Drake, Hawke, Drake, Olaf. What an awful FFA. Oh, look at the... The income is ridiculous. Yeah, there's a Sturm. Rest in peace, Sturm. I mean, Drake will be pretty good for draining all the fuel because you've got so much money. It looks like you start with 60,000 and then you're getting 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone has 6 properties to start and they're getting 30,000. So it's 5,000 income per property. You're gonna get so many powers. This is super high funds. I don't know if being Hawke even matters, because it's like, sure, I guess you'll heal your 1s up to 3 after all of everyone else just blasts the world with global damage. But yeah, the Drakes might be better because there's so many boats and so many air units on this map. You just drain them of all their fuel. Andy would definitely be decent. No one starts with any infantry, so huge FTA advantage. Or just huge FTA. People starting off with battleships, people starting out with subs. This is also not fog. I played this map with fog on. So the and it's got random weather. Random weather with Drake and Olaf. So they are adjusting those percentages. We have some black boats going out there. We got some subs. We got some cruisers. Yellow Comet's starting to move down as Gray Sky goes up. Oh my gosh. Look at Starduster getting onto that island right away. Red Fire's got it pretty good. Right next to an island to capture that's got kind of everything you need while having no direct neighbors. Same with Acid Rain down here. Looking pretty good. Definitely the luckiest of the CO positions, it looks like. We do have a Drake bomber getting ready to attack Red Fire, but they just build a stealth. Now, the stealth is going to be a buy that needs to have a black boat just forever escorting it. Because there's multiple Drakes. So at max fuel, a stealth has 60. And when it's stealthed, it drains 8 at the start of its turn. So if you have your max fuel stealth and it gets hit by 2 Drake powers, it will go down to 30 and then 15 fuel. And then its turn will start. It will drain 8, be down to 7 fuel, which means it will die on the next turn unless it's refueled right then. So I don't know if going stealths is the wisest of decisions. You could put it on a carrier, that's true. Yes, if 3 Drake powers ever happened, it would just die on turn start. It would be at max fuel and then crash, unless it was next to an APC or on an airport. So I would definitely suggest not building stealths when there's Drakes in the game, especially multiple Drakes. Okay, we have some altercations happening over here with Acid Rain and Jade Sun. Jade Sun is going missile spam. The fight between Gray Sky and Yellow Comet is looking very fightish over here. We have some more stealths busting out into the world. Oh, we have a bomber strike over here. This stealth is nice and safe. We have random weather snow. That really sucks to play in. Everything just gonna trudge. Inch around here. You have the base already built over here for the fire. All of the combat's pretty much delayed. The rocket did get to shoot a cruiser in the port. Make sure we can see the current player. Jade's Sun is Drake with all of the missiles. Also Steeler. So many missiles bought. Subs again might be a little bit dangerous. They don't drain as much fuel as subs or as stealths. I think they drain 5 instead of 8. Well, underwater, but there's still something that can be taken out with purely with fuel drain. And the green Drake here already has the normal power. We might be going straight for the super. Are you just biding our time? This isn't FFA. Sometimes people like to make alliances. Sort of cheat the system if they don't fight each other in the end. That's okay. Gray Sky building a defensive line against Yellow Comet. We've got Sturm moving out against Steeler, the Drake player who has so many missiles. Oh, I see. We have double. This base. I didn't see this. This base on build has a missile locking this airport. That's pretty nasty. That'd be why there's so many missiles. Imagine if if the missile supers went off for every opponent. That would be very, very good. Yeah, right now, you really don't want to be Sturm or Von Bolt, because you'll pop your super and, like, who knows if it even helps you. It will probably just mess up someone else's day on the other side of the map you, like, never would have encountered. For instance, pop the super over here while you're fighting against Greenie. Who do you hit? This player over here whose army is not interacting with you. Alright, we have our first Drake super. We're going to get to see lots of flashing fuel signs, I assume. But I don't remember if that happens in this replay. Oh my god, so much stuff took damage. Oh, no, we do. Okay. Flashing fuel signs have already begun. This poor sub is at 9 fuel. There's no black boat in range. It is just going to sink in 2 turns. Rest in peace, sub. We knew you well. I guess it will have to hit that carrier. Now, that's a lot of damage. Yeah. Yellow Comet resigns. Well, that's great for Gray Sky. Yellow Comet's like, oh my gosh. Global damage and FFA? That sucks. And you know what? It does. Who started to attacked the sub? I guess it's just to get charged, really. Fate in Heaven has a stealth and a sub. It's gonna have to babysit those suckers. There's no black boat. Oh, there's a black boat now. The sub is at 5. It had to there's 5 fuel, so it had to raise, so it didn't sink. Stealth is at 5. It must have just come off the airport. Okay, we have well, we can watch it, sure. We have another Drake super. Everything can take 2 damage. Everything can get half fuel. Now down to 3. This is now down to 5, so it will actually just sink. Down to 9. Down to 12. That's 15. Where's the... Oh, this stealth is down to 9. So this black boat, assuming it's got enough fuel, which it does, will be able to save this stealth. These stealths are next to an APC, so they'll be okay. This stealth is down to 8, so it's just going to crash. Yeah, I mean, just don't build them in FFAs with Drakes. Is it better to use the Drake power twice? Well, you can't use... Because of how Drake's power meter works, you can't use the Drake power twice. Unlike Olaf, the normal power's got 4 bars and the super's got 3. So Olaf can just use his normal power twice. But Drake cannot. So it's probably better to just use the supers. It doesn't really matter that much when you've got so much income. You can just build really expensive units and have them go die to give you charge. Or be just to counter the multi-drakes. The problem is with the multi-drakes, you go from full fuel to crash before you get to do anything. So you just can't even counter them. All the subs be sinking in the sea. Boom. You can see the mass damage, sure. Hawke isn't currently fighting anyone, but wants to heal up some of that damage and do damage to the rest of the world. Now, it doesn't super impact a lot of these fights because both sides get hit for 2. But, it still kind of matters. Fighter kills stealth. You have a meteor strike. Again, that's not going to hit who they're fighting. Yeah, take that, Hawke. That's just why you don't go with the missile. COs and FFAs, they don't help you, usually. Looks like Sturm is super dying, although this is a stealth with 3 fuel, so it's not actually going to be able to camp on that airport. Oh. Couple guys didn't actually do any fighting, but they, I imagine, timed out. They might have done a tiny bit of fighting. Got some more fighting over there. Oh, there's Resign. Okay. Green Earth starts moving up into that area. It starts raining randomly. Overmind starts going for these other regions, I imagine, pretty soon. Starduster wants to interrupt that. Hasn't really been fighting so much with Green Earth. They might have some sort of deal, although at this point they kind of have to fight. If they want to get anywhere. Okay. Stealer goes in for some attacks. Uses the super. Bop, 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 bop. You also have to have black boats. Also don't have very large fuel tanks, so you kind of need black boats for your black boats, which can become very awkward. Okay, so we're doing okay with this navy. Also, with all this global damage, it's going to take forever to get captures. Mega tank's down to 9 fuel and 2 health. I'm not sure if that mega tank has actually fought anything, or if it's just been hit by 4 supers. I think it might have just been hit by 4 supers. Oh, something crashed. Sub crashed. Rest in peace. Try and get some captures. Infantry in its 1 health T-copter. Well, since everything's now at really low health, I guess that means that they're not going to get much charge from actually fighting, so more stuff is just crashing. Ah, good old Drake. Okay. Gets them in some attacks. Stealer's got the missiles. Blocking the airport. Just trying to build some more stealth themselves. Mr. Amalgam, I don't think we've had an Olaf super yet. There's just been Jess supers. Or not Jess, Drake supers. Ooh, okay, we're gonna have some fighting for area in the northeast. Starduster's kind of getting ready to maybe attack. Has to be very careful with those stealth armies. I don't know if these guys are even safe to go. Okay, so they're safe to move out to here as long as only 1. Oh my gosh! Sturm's meteor actually hit in a place that mattered for Sturm, and then Sturm resigns. Well, you tried. Okay. Stealer's going to get ready to move on down there. Mr. Amalgam. Mighty Olaf going for the mass repairs. These black boats has a very well defended city over here. Okay, we have a Drake with a normal power available. Not using it right now. Some more stuff just sinks, it looks like. Maybe we got. Alright, we'll protect the sub. Oh, we have another global damage go off. Overmind 14. This is how Days of Ruin began, yeah. It's a beautiful sight. Oh my gosh. And we have another. Oh, this is just a normal power. And it just hits everything. Such a fair world. I don't know if this is this a 50 unit cap game on a map this size? Mr. Amalgam is at 50 units. Oh, I don't know how this stealth did it, but it is at 0 health, 0 ammo, 0 defense stars, but 57 feet. That's probably a bug. Imagine it, yeah, it's actually dead. Oh, Made in Heaven is going for an attack on Mr. Amalgam. Healer has no real fight right now. Can't go up and fight the other Drake though. A lot of stealths. Could be a nightmare keeping those alive, although when you're one half of the Drakes, it's not nearly as hard as it is for other players. I think Mr. Amalgam going in for some attacks. We might have an Olaf super in our future. I think 50 is indeed the unit cap, which is way too low for a map this size. Luckily, with all of this global damage, we didn't watch the global damage. There's lots of opportunities to join units. Smack, go Typhoon. Pop. Drake is a medicine FFA. Yeah, FFAs. There's a few COs you just don't really want to allow. Anyone that's global damage, you don't allow them. You don't want to allow Sasha. Yeah, I don't know how you're expected to ever win this map with a 50 unit cap unless people resign. Starduster resigns. Pop. Looks like they might have just timed out. Mr. Amalgam will be able to use the Olaf super. No real combat happening for Steeler here, just trying to survive all of the global damage. Here we go. We have the first Olaf super of the game. Pop, 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 pop. And now it snows. Okay, and we attack in here. Now, normally Olaf versus Drake, it's not a great fight for Olaf, but when there's a lot of global damage, you know, the Drake healing is not quite enough. They go for it. Looks like most players are starting to approach that unit cap of 50. Oh. Speaking of Hawke versus Olaf, we have the Black Storm counter, which for everyone else just equates to getting hit by 2 supers. This is Mr. Amalgam has 50 units and is like barely able to defend two places. I have no idea how you're expected to do stuff with 50 units on a map this size. Okay, Steeler's mighty stealth fleet moving out. They are indeed going to be very low health. I would definitely recommend. I would recommend lots of battle or black boats, but if you are limited to 50 units, that's going to get tough. That's also going to be going long distances with fuel drain and 50 units. What a nightmare. Okay, Drake moving up. Or Melly's moving up. Overmind. Sub went to 0 health. Trying to fight against the Drake player. Decided to stick at 47 units. Got some more stealth fighting and sub fighting over here. A huge armada of battleships from Made in Heaven off the coast of Mr. Amalgam. We do have, again, random rain, and of course for Olaf, rain acts as snow does for everyone else. But luckily, Olaf can just hit Winter Fury, turn off the rain, and make it snow again. It's like a generation ship, yeah. Yeah, the problem is, not only is it like impossible to get you over the map and have it not be at 1 health, it's like impossible to get these captures. Like, look how close this base is to Melly's area. It's at 15 with a 3 health infantry on it. It's just, you get hit with all of these global damage powers, so you can't even get any captures going. It's just a nightmare. Okay, we're at 43 units over there. The north is kind of looking like an overmined victory. But, you know, that's kind of until we have the fuel drain and more power is hit. Got the 1 health unit gaming. Stealer going in for some strikes. Should probably have just popped the normal power. The super matter to get the super. Mr. Amalgam moving around. Deleting units so to build better units. So 50 units is the lead. And max, we got some battleships overlooking this area. No power used in a while. Overmind has managed to secure a foothold on another landmass. Unfortunately, normally one of the huge advantages to going to these other landmasses is that you'll get, you know, more income. But they already get 5,000 income per property, so that's not a huge deal. And they're limited to 50 units, so it's not like you can really flood your opponents out. Okay, Mr. Amalgam with a nice Olaf super. You're guessing that 20 points to cap properties is something hard-coded into the game? I do believe so. Kablam. It be snowing. So many 1 health units. Okay, well, Drake would love to do enough damage as to make it rain, but not quite capable. Overmind has managed to get a city over there, so that's going to be a nice repair point. It's a city near a base, so you'll be able to join Cap. Anything else? Eden Heaven goes for the Black Storm. Which will heal off the Winter Fury. Almost. We almost just have a line of 1 health units here. But not quite. I interrupted that, sorry. Fight is forever ongoing. Even it's so you're like, oh my gosh, Mr. Amalgam's losing so much stuff. Still at 43 out of 50 units. The production is also going to be absolutely ginormous. Oh, Stealer uses a Drake super. Bop, 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 bop. You know, these 1 health units, they don't care. I mean, they care about the fuel. Subs. So many low health still. Fighting the good fight. Mr. Amalgam is now stuck in the rain, which is again like snow. Olaf. You have a typhoon for Drake. Melly at the top right. Rome. These unit values are going to get below... Overminds at the unit cap and almost has a unit value equal to their income. That's hard to do. So many one-health units. I'm going to be building some anti-airs and some more boats. Okay. In heaven, moving up to the north still, trying to get captures, trying to get some captures in the central area. We do have some fairly healthy infantry. They're going to get those pretty soon. Oh, Steelers managed to land on top of a base here with a full health infantry. There's a rocket in range. That's not very healthy. The rocket shot something else. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be a 9 health infantry going for a capture. That's a real threat. Okay, we've got the Drake player moving on up. Doesn't want to fight against Steeler, I guess. Overmind. Oh, does pop another super. Preparing here is just like when you wash your car and the next day it's raining. Yeah, that's the problem. When you have a really low unit cap for the map size, like normally on this map, you've got like 20 black boats. You can't have 20 black boats here. You'd also need more than that because of all the fuel drain and global damage. But if half your army is black boats, how on earth are you going to ever attack someone? Okay, Maiden having that 50 unit cap. Yeah, everyone's pretty much at the unit cap, despite constant fighting. We have it. One health. The next turn, they'll all be able to, repair each other. They'll all be at 2 health. Now you can heal 8 health by black boats a turn. Because, you can start surrounded by 4 and then move and then get surrounded by 4 again. Oh, the poor 1 health black boats are getting fired upon. Black boats are getting gunned down. Okay. These players are determined to stick this game out. It seems fairly stalematey, I would say. Although Overmind does have a base on the mainland to the right, or to the east. Maiden Heaven has pretty much dominance over that central island. And Mr. Amalgam, while still remaining at essentially unit cap, is kind of losing territory here. I mean, the base looks like it's going to go down. And there's a bunch of battleships overlooking Mr. Amalgam's mainland. Skip over everything taking damage from Winter Fury. There must be an agreement between Melian and Steeler because they both have like nothing defending against each other. Oh. No more snow. It must rain. Wow, this was a full health. This was a full health infantry last turn. It is now down to 1. But there's only 3 capture points on here, so these 2 black boats will be able to repair this up to 3, get the capture. That's our nice 50 units. The mega tank that was chilling on the HQ gets deleted for a sub. Mine starts building some more infantry. Mega tank. Made in heaven. Mighty battleship armada is being chunked down to low health. Stealer does take the base. Gets a bunch of attacks. Builds some more battleships. Starts deleting more units. Building stealths. He's still not running out of fuel? Well, I guess they still got a turn. Mr. Amalgam has lost a base. Kind of getting threatened by Made in Heaven, who can almost make a landing on the HQ. He's got a very long trip to hit the Overmind. Pops the super. Mr. Amalgam's trying to take the space back. Players not even spending their full banks. How unoptimal of them. It's true. But you know, when you make that much money, it's understandable. Oh, Made in Heaven starts to turn. Pops the super. It's a very annoying experience to play through. When you start a cap at full health and it rolls around to your turn and you're at 6, probably even lower because Stealer will get to go. Well, of course, attack it, but might be able to make it to a power. Might not even attack it this turn. And no power? Wow. Ooh. This is a neutral airport that's being captured. It needs 1 more capture point. Oh my gosh. That's a pretty big win. An airport on the front lines. Mr. Amalgam must have joined this, it looks like. Oh, Mr. Amalgam. Oh no. Mr. Amalgam didn't hit cap. Just stepped onto it again. Or just joined. Mill is getting close to another super, but not quite there. Overmind's nowhere close to a super. I mean, that can change really quickly if those mega tanks ever actually fight each other on the northeast there. Made in Heaven in a very brutal combat with Mr. Amalgam. They're both landing on each other, it looks like. Oh, no. Mr. Amalgam's just landing on Made in Heaven. Stealer frees the base, captures the airport, builds a mega tank. We might see another global damage go off. We might see a change of hands of this location. It's been a brutal battle for it to happen. Mr. Amalgam is down to 34 units. Oh my gosh. Almost half the unit cap. Back up to 41 at the end of turn. They get some attacks off. Had some mega tanks to start marching forward very slowly in the snow. Okay. Overmind. Kind of completing capture of what looks like Greenland, I think. Is that unit cap that has quite a few low values? I could say that for sure. Made in Heaven still fighting the good fight. Looks like the Armada has been completely wiped out. Stealer's Mega Tank is able to step off the base. We do have another super go off. We're going to enter into Mega Tank spam. I mean, Mr. Malcolm can also enter into Mega Tank spam, but has kind of chosen not to. Okay, black bombs are allowed. Oh my gosh. Apparently black bombs are allowed. I mean, I guess the black bombs aren't that amazing when everything's already at 1. Because they don't kill. We have a black bomb on the field. It's gonna go after those battleships, I guess. Just joined together. Oh, you have another super. At least black bombs don't care when they get hit by global damage. I mean, they care about the fuel, but they still more black bombs. Is that the same one? Did they just move? Where's the other one? I feel like there should be another black bomb over here, but there's just this. Maybe it just moved up here. Rather than being built there. Oh. Mind attacking over here. Try to capture forward harbor. Seems like a good idea to me. Fighters do seem like a pretty good choice because they have a nice fuel bank and they're very fast. And I mean, there are a lot of stealths. And now, oh, the black bomb was on the carrier. Oh, how sneaky! Black bomb's at 45 max fuel. That is pretty garbage. I can understand why other people are not building black bombs. If you're against two drakes, then your black bomb will run out of fuel in like 2 turns. But if you can transport them via carrier, then it works out. Oh, Mr. Malcolm resigns the game. Now down to 4 players, 2 Hawks and 2 Drakes. No more snow. Well, snow can still be randomly rolled, but no more snow powers. You have Overmind popping a super. The heals, the damage. Down to so low. Or not Melee, Steelers down to such low HP units. Oh, another super. Really? I feel like Maiden Heaven should probably save this. But I guess with such high unit value, you get your next one so fast. It's approximately a 400,000 value swing. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, Steel's gonna try and capture this stuff. Yeah, the black bombs are just hiding on carriers. I agree. Gosh, another super. Really drains. If those black bombs weren't on carriers, even against just a single other Drake, things would be pretty nasty. So this is, the carriers are finally shining. We never thought it would happen. But the transport capacity and the refueling capabilities of the carrier. This is what they were made for. Maiden Heaven moving out. So many turns just to reach their closest opponent. I guess there's a fight going on in this little central island. Things swarming over here. Oh, we have mega tanks being bought here. We might finally have Steeler march up and fight the very close by melee. Of course, they could just fight each other in order to give each other charge, so as to spam Drake supers. That might be even what's happening here between the two Hawks. Okay, so they're gonna have to start joining stuff together, I imagine, in order to build more mega tanks. Or not, just gonna have 3 mega tanks over there. Because why not? Lots of fighter spam coming out of melee, which is definitely a good. Oh my gosh. You have the Hawk super. Now the nice thing is, you know, once you're down to 1 health units, they can't go down any lower. So eventually getting hit by global damage just won't matter, right? Okay, still got a nice brutal battle going on over there. Steeler with the line of invisible units defending the approaching navy. Okay, we have the Typhoon from melee. And the upkeep on this game for Steeler to maintain this massive stealth count. This must be an absolute nightmare every turn to be like, okay, if I get hit by this other Drake super, do I just instantly lose my stealths or not? And then also, do I instantly lose any blackbird? It's like, this is a pretty large time investment to keep this entire army afloat as it moves across the map at 1 HP. Melee and never mind, in their brutal battle, Maiden Heaven triggers the Black Storm. Steeler's getting just joined all these mega tanks together. Steeler's getting pretty close. Only 1 health units. Getting almost reached that 50 unit max unit count, unit value lower than income, but not quite there. Oh, Steeler lost a stealth. Peace. Lost and Found will be made proud by all of the Drake stealths. They do have the black bombs unloaded here. They sadly don't repair on carriers. I feel like that's something that you could probably do. And not overbalance it. Okay, overmind with a Black Storm. Oh, Steeler's so close. He's at 49 units. Get a black bomb built over here. I see there's an APC ready to tag for it. Okay, Maiden Heaven had a super last turn, so probably not going to get a super this turn. Generate a tiny bit of charge. Whoa. Oh, the black bomb. We have a black bomb explode over here. It hits, it hits what? It hits a fighter, a battleship, and a black boat. And then a bunch of Steeler's own stuff, but Steeler's own stuff was at 1 hit point, so it didn't matter. And then that black bomb hit the capturing infantry, an invisible stealth, and a black boat. Most importantly, it hit the capping infantry. And you know what? Thanks to that black bomb sacrifice, the capping infantry was completely taken out. Was that really worth all the effort to get those black bombs over there? I don't think so. But you know what? That's not my choice. Oh my gosh, we have Steeler moving on up here with this black bomb in range of the other Drake's fighter, which does go over and kill the black bomb and get a super for it. We didn't get to watch the whole. It's a long game. ABC buy might also signal the end of the alliance. It is very suspicious. Okay. It's moving out. Some more fighting over my getting a pretty decent amount of charge. This turn built a ton of infantry. Oh, Grey Sky has resigned. We're down to 3 players, 2 of which are Drake. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, this is... The black bombs are moving forward to be killed by fighters in order to give Steeler and Melee a lot of charge. This is indeed charge trading. Other Hawke players like, that sucks, man. Resigns. He's going to delete the whole... or start deleting the Navy over there. It works so hard. It traveled for so long to get over here, and the reward is to just be deleted. And they ended it in a draw. For shame to Melee and Steeler. For shame. That's not how you settle an FFA. This is officially a void victory. Void and null. But GG. That's why we don't have global damage in free-for-alls. I hope everyone enjoyed. We ran a little long, but that's how it goes with those really big games. I leave you all with an apple, and thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.
It's Go7, king of the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins, that's